We are feeling the chill today. Boy, that's an understatement across southern Wisconsin. Experts tell us how to make sure it doesn't send our home heating systems into a deep freeze as well.
And 3 Trump campaign officials accused of orchestrating a scheme to deliver Wisconsin to Donald Trump 4 years ago appear in a Wisconsin courtroom.
Plus, how some key findings in a report on domestic violence in Wisconsin aims to provide more support and deliver justice to abuse victims.
You're watching News 3 Now at 5.
Thanks for staying with us at 5, everybody. Boy, if you're not careful, this polar plunge in temperatures can catch you and your home's heating system by surprise.
Armand Rahman has some tips from the experts to make sure that doesn't happen. Armand?
Yes, Eric and Susan, we've all been there where we're sitting in the living room and the thermostat's on, we can see the temperature, and we're like, why am I still so chilly? It's because of the drafts coming into the windows here, and actually experts with the Project Home Wisconsin tell me it's oftentimes a problem with the air sealing. It's oftentimes down here at the bottom of those doors and windows. I can actually feel it right now, which is a problem. So I'm going to cover it up with a blanket here. You can also use plastic caulking, plastic wrap sheets, weather stripping around the doors. And the folks at Project Home also recommend keeping your thermostat at a consistent temperature, like 70 degrees, rather than setting it back and then bumping it up to 76 when the cold hits. This is a common cause of furnaces and heaters malfunctioning during times like this.
The house isn't going to be maintaining its temperature because it may not be fully insulated. They may turn up the thermostat, and that can cause different sensors to determine that it's getting too hot in the furnace, and it can cause the furnace to shut down or do what we call running on limit, where it just gets so hot that it keeps kind of like recycling, and it never really hits its like full heating cycle.
And if you need assistance with your heating bills, you can apply online or on paper for the Wisconsin Home Energy Assistance Program. Regular benefits are a one-time payment during the heating season that pays for a portion of your household's heat energy costs, and the amount depends on the number of people living there, your income, and your energy costs. Fireplaces are another place that can allow cold to come in, especially if they're wood burning like mine is. So you got to make sure that your flue or dampener is closed when you're not in use. Just always remember to open it back up if you do plan on burning fire again here. For now, reporting on the west side of Madison, Armand Rahman, News 3 Now.
All good advice. Start a fire for the crew over there at your place, Armand. Thank you. And now let's get a look at the forecast. Alex Harrington, how much longer are we going to be in the teens and single digits?
Not long. So I've got good news. This polar plunge, like the last one, short-lived. We're already kind of crawling our way out of it. Evidence of that with our wind chills, and that's the most important value to look at. -6 in Madison, not that -20 to 25 below zero stuff that we were dealing with this morning. And even over portions of southwestern Wisconsin, 9-degree wind chill, so above zero wind chills over portions of southwestern Wisconsin. Why? Because we're making improvement. We have calm winds over portions of southern Wisconsin. So the winds are going down, and that means the wind chills are not quite as cold. Let's plan our evening. Still cold nonetheless. I don't want to understate that temperatures in the single digits above zero are certainly still cold, but we are slowly improving by 7 p.m., 9 p.m., 10 p.m. Single digits below zero, not the teens and 20 below zero wind chills expected tonight. I got good news to your earlier question, Susan. Look at Saturday. While we will be looking at a mix, and we're going to break down that weather system in just a little bit, back up to 36, and I'll step out of the way here because we've got good news, 40 by Sunday.
All right, Alex, thank you. Madison police are investigating the death of an elderly woman that they are calling suspicious. Officers were called to Flat Avenue on the city's west side about 7:30 last night after being told an elderly woman had fallen down the stairs. Dane County Medical Examiner was called to the scene and determined the death was suspicious. The Violent Crimes Unit is now leading that investigation. 3
of the Trump campaign officials at the center of the efforts to overturn election results 4 years ago in Wisconsin appeared in court for the first time today.
That says the 3 of them face charges for fraud and forgery. Political reporter Will Keneally is at the state capitol with the very latest.
So this prosecution is targeting the 3 Trump campaign officials that helped organize that false slate of electors plan 4 years ago here in Wisconsin. Now, that Wisconsin-based attorney was critical of having to appear in court today, telling us outside the courtroom that the prosecution is politically motivated.
Non-stop, vicious, and unrelenting savage attacks
Jim Trupis, one of the lawyers at the center of the 2020 false elector scheme, derided the prosecution today as just politically motivated.
This has nothing to do with the law. The Attorney General should be ashamed of himself.
Trupis is among two other Trump campaign officials who are alleged to have illegally orchestrated an attempt to change the results of the Wisconsin presidential election 4 years ago. They wanted to have 10 Wisconsin Republicans sign a document that Trump won the Wisconsin election, even though Biden won.
The state attorney general alleges by making those misrepresentations, they convinced the electors to affix their signature to it. So that is a type of fraud.
Speaking to reporters after his initial appearance, Trupis reiterated that the plan to have a false slate of electors was to preserve the chance for Trump to challenge the results of the election. In a statement, AG Josh Call told News 3 Now that, quote, the Wisconsin Department of Justice makes decisions in cases based on the facts and the law. In this case, like all other cases, we will litigate the issues in dispute in a court of law. Now, the next court date for these three officials will be January 28th. That's a little more than a week after former President Donald Trump will be sworn in once again for his second term. Reporting from the state capitol, Will Keneally, News 3 Now.
Will, thank you. President Joe Biden is using his presidential clemency power just weeks before the end of his term. Today, he commuted the sentences for about 1,500 individuals, the most of any president on a single day. They all faced long sentences and were placed on home confinement during the pandemic. Sources say these individuals were deemed to have demonstrated a clear commitment to rehabilitation and reintegration into their communities. 39 people who were convicted of nonviolent crimes are also being pardoned.
A bar on State Street was shut down. Several young people received underage citations after the bar had no licensed bartenders on staff Saturday night. Madison officers conducted a bar check. This was in the 500 block of State Street near the five-way intersection there. And in that check, they say nearly 30% of customers were underage. The bar was then shut down for the night. Officers want to remind people, if you are contacted during one of those bar checks, the best thing to do is be honest and provide them with your legal ID. Domestic Abuse Intervention Services, or DAYS, has a new Court Watch report for the 2023-24 year.
The center had a briefing this morning, and our Merrill Hubbard breaks down the findings from their research. Merrill?
The DAYS Court Watch report pushes for Dane County judges to have more informed trauma practices for the safety of victims.
What if the legal system were different? What if the legal system were a vehicle for healing and for change?
Supreme Court Justice Joe Karofsky spoke at the briefing along with DAYS advocacy manager Kiana Hansen.
We always put out both best practices, so what we're seeing judges do a really good job of, and then also observer concerns, so things that we would like to improve.
The report is based on DAYS' observations at restraining order hearings and can serve as a sort of report card for judges.
As judges, we don't get a lot of feedback about things we can improve, and we have new judges coming in, and so to the extent that we get more education and feedback, I think that can only be a positive thing.
Some of the key findings are that 60% of petitioners disclose being in an intimate partner relationship with the respondent, with 74% of petitioners identifying as female. Former research also shows that women in abusive relationships are 5 times more likely to be killed by their abusers if that person owns a gun. With this research, DAYS wants judges to consider the trauma and dangers that come with being a victim of domestic abuse.
We would love judges to kind of get more familiar with those lethality risk factors so that they can incorporate that into their conversations about the option of a 10-year injunction.
10-year restraining orders could add years of protection for victims. Current injunctions typically last only 4.
We use the report to bring it back to the judges and tell them the concerns that are raised so that we can better administer justice to victims of domestic violence.
To find the Court Watch report, you can visit the DAYS website or channel3000.com. Reporting on Madison's north side, Merrill Hubbard, News 3 Now.
Police arrest 3 teens after a string of incidents Sunday night in downtown Madison. Police say the teens were involved in the thefts of an e-bike, a scooter, and an armed robbery of a DoorDash driver. They arrested on East Mifflin near the Capitol Square North Garage about 7 Sunday night. A look-alike firearm was also found. A 13-year-old was arrested for strong-armed robbery. Another 13-year-old was arrested for disorderly conduct, and a 14-year-old was arrested for battery and strong-armed robbery as party to a crime.
2 people were hurt in a fire this morning at a Fitchburg apartment apartment. One was taken to the hospital with life-threatening injuries. The fire was first reported around 5:30 on Thurston Lane. When firefighters arrived, they saw smoke in the first and second floor hallways and found fire in the second floor bathroom spreading to a nearby unit. Crews put the fire out quickly, but several residents were displaced. Madison Metro brought in a bus for temporary shelter. The Red Cross is helping those displaced.
One person hurt, a family dog is dead after a fire in Madison's north side this morning. Firefighters were called to a home on Heath Avenue just west of Packers Avenue and saw smoke billowing from several blocks away. When they arrived, there was fire and smoke coming from two sides of the home. Everyone had escaped before they got there, but the dog was unaccounted for, and then after multiple searches, the dog was found dead. One person was hurt while trying to escape the fire. They were taken to a nearby hospital with non-life-threatening injuries.
Chief Meteorologist Alex Harrington rejoins us next with his complete forecast and when we might warm up a bit.
And why the rise this year in cases of whooping cough across the nation, but especially in Wisconsin. We'll hear from the experts about it next. And on Wall Street today, red numbers across the board. The Dow Jones falls 234 points. The Nasdaq down back under the 20,000 mark, off 132 points. S&P falls 33. We'll be right back.
You're watching News 3 Now, brought to you by Cardinal Heating and Air Conditioning.
It's the Friday the 13th sale. One day only. Get 13 of the hottest deals, like ground chuck and lots of pizza. 13 deals that are hotter than hot, including items for under $1. Save big on these 13 deals and more, in-store and online. One day only. Friday the 13th, only at Hy-Vee.
Hello, Wisconsin insurance brokers. Are you seeking outstanding dental coverage options? Momentum Insurance is your answer. A locally owned Madison company, we specialize in meeting Wisconsin residents' dental insurance needs. Our comprehensive coverages, competitive commissions, bonus programs, and online portals are what set us apart. Partner with us to elevate your group dental offerings. For details, visit our website at MomentumPlans.com. Momentum Insurance, your partner for outstanding dental coverage.
Save big money on your next project with Masterforce tools at Menards. Easily jumpstart your vehicle with a Masterforce 1500 amp jump starter. It has spark-resistant clamps and preheating technology that makes jump starting easier in extreme cold. Pick one up today for $119.99. Masterforce has a variety of floor jacks for all your automotive needs. This Masterforce 3-ton low-profile floor jack is $159.99 now at Menards.
Warm season's greetings to you all from Menards.
Are record high energy costs putting a squeeze on your fixed or limited incomes? While you haven't asked for it, the Keep Wisconsin Warm Cool Fund and your local energy assistance providers are here to help. No Wisconsin resident should ever have to face the challenge of living without heat or power or face homelessness. For a hand up, apply today.
I'm SSM Health Family Medicine physician Dr. Danielle Mitchell. As cases of preventable illnesses increase in Wisconsin, here are 3 things to know about vaccines. Vaccines are safe. Decades of research and use prove they're safe for people of all ages. Vaccines are effective. They help you avoid serious symptoms and hospitalization. Vaccines are essential. They protect you, your family, and your community from illnesses like measles, chickenpox, whooping cough, and more.
3 things to know, part of News 3 Now's 3 Cares Community Impact.
Join me tonight at 6 as I let you know why the wind chills tonight won't be quite as cold as what we experienced this morning, and the latest on wintry conditions expected Saturday.
Then we've got a list of resources to keep you safe and warm this winter. Find out what's available tonight at 6.
The name, image, and likeness system changed the game for college athletes, but now new revenue sharing rules could take it to a whole new level. How will these changes shake up UW athletics, and what will it mean for the student athletes and the department as a whole? We'll break it all down tonight at 6.
You're watching News 3 Now at 5.
Cases of whooping cough in Wisconsin are 6 times higher this year than last year, and Wisconsin has the second highest number of cases in the country. There are currently just under 2,100 cases in our state, and doctors are raising concerns for infants as it's highly contagious and can cause serious illness. Dr. Preeti Parikh says that the rise in cases is due to children being under-vaccinated and getting behind on vaccines during COVID. She also recommends vaccination for adults.
When adults get whooping cough, and pertussis is the bacteria that causes it, they don't always have symptoms. It's like a cold for most of them. It's not a big deal. So they don't even realize that they have it. And then they're passing it on to our younger infants and toddlers and young children.
Dr. Preeti says everyone should check if their child is up to date on immunizations, and adults should do it as well. Do it and make sure you check in case you need to get immunized.
Well, it's becoming more common, and not just in the U.S. The number of young adults being diagnosed with colon cancer is rising globally. That's according to a new study.
In today's Health Minute, Mandy Gaither takes a look at the research and has 4 colon cancer warning signs to watch out for.
In the U.S., health officials have been tracking a rise in early onset colon cancer cases. But a new study from the American Cancer Society shows it's not just young Americans who are being increasingly diagnosed with this disease.
Out of the 50 countries, about 27 of them actually we're seeing the same trend of increase in early onset colorectal cancer.
Researchers mainly looked at highly developed economic countries for the study, and while the rise was noted in more than half the countries researched, it's still unclear what's behind the increase.
There seems to be a correlation with increased wealth, and we think that's likely related to exposure to poor dietary habits or sedentary lifestyle. But there's not a one-to-one correlation.
Another study by the National Cancer Institute shows 4 signs common in people who go on to develop colon cancer: diarrhea, rectal bleeding, abdominal pain, and iron deficiency anemia. The agency says just having one of these signs is linked to nearly twice the likelihood of being diagnosed with early onset colorectal cancer.
We do know there's more genetic risk in younger patients. We do know a correlation between obesity, metabolic changes, and colorectal cancer. But for an individual patient, we're not actually sure what often triggers this.
For Health Minute, I'm Mandy Gaither.
Doctors say more research into what's causing the rise in early onset colon cancer is needed, but they say it's also important for anyone who shows signs of the disease to see a doctor and not be discounted because of their younger age.
Let's take a full look at our first one forecast. Hopefully we'll get a little warm up. Looks like it's coming soon, Alex.
It's coming soon. This polar plunge, short-lived. We'll slowly work our way out of it. We're actually seeing some signs of that right now. You may look at the temperature in Madison at 6 and saying, Alex, what are you thinking here? But our wind chill is -6. We're not looking at teens or 20 below zero wind chills. Easy answer, look at our winds right now at 7 miles per hour. So the winds are easing up across southern Wisconsin. And let's plan our evening together. 7 o'clock, temperature of 6, -5 wind chill. As we get a little bit closer to the 10 o'clock newscast, not a big difference. Temperatures down just a touch at 4 with a -4 wind chill. But this -15, -20 below zero wind chill stuff, that is done as we progress to Friday morning, waking up for work and school, or those that have to work outside. Wind chill values still below zero, still cold. You'll definitely need to bundle up, but it's not in that dangerous -25 or colder category that verified this morning across southern Wisconsin. And we've got the sun likely to return on Friday. Temperatures approaching 20, if not a bit above 20 degrees. That's still below normal, but we're making strides in progress in the temperature. So again, with increases in our temperature, that wind chill tomorrow coming out of the cautionary area and going into the cold values as we go into the afternoon as the winds ease up and the sunny skies and those temperatures up near 20 or a couple degrees above 20. Next part of our weather story after 0-degree temperatures tonight is that mixed terrain on Saturday. We are looking at the potential for some slick spots, but we're not going for alert day conditions at this point in time, and here's why. The onset of that precipitation eyeing up Viroqua to Boscobel, Lone Rock is now later into Saturday. Because we're getting later in the day, The precipitation will be battling dry air and temperatures will be warming up at the same time. Still expecting a mix across mainly southwestern Wisconsin of light snow, maybe a little bit of light freezing rain. Then that changes over to rain before ending as we go into Sunday morning. So the later onset is allowing those temperatures to warm up as a reason for less in the way of winter precipitation, maybe an inch of slushy snow, maybe 2 if you're lucky in southwestern Wisconsin. The icing potential actually has come down just a little bit. However, there will likely be more adverse icy conditions further to the west over Minnesota and Iowa, where they have winter weather advisories in effect. For the first warm weather team, we are keeping a close eye on that. If that iciness or snow looks like it's going to be more widespread into southern Wisconsin, we may consider alert day conditions for a portion of Saturday, and those best chances will be west of Wisconsin, or west of Madison rather, over portions of southwestern Wisconsin. So here's that good news that Eric was asking for. When do we get warm? 36 on Saturday, that's above normal. How about a 40 on Sunday? How about a 42 on Monday? Showers and breezy though, so unfortunately, even though the temperatures will be mild, we'll be dealing with showers and not snow. What a difference to going from polar plunge to rain and temperatures way above normal. We'll see those temperatures staying right around normal for this time of year. Low 30s Wednesday and Thursday. Maybe a little cooler next weekend with another cold potential snap across southern Wisconsin, but not as cold as what we're experiencing now. We had an incident eastbound on Todd Drive at exit 59, but that's not really slowing the speeds down. Same with an incident on I-39 southbound, a stalled vehicle near exit 163, but speeds are going at 70 to 75 miles per hour near Janesville, and our friends up near the Dells. Hope you got the heater on in your car with speeds at 71 miles per hour. So no snow out there, and that was certainly good news because that makes for good driving conditions at least.
All right, Alex, thank you. When we come back at 5, Australians are coming up with a new way to herd cattle, how it can save farmers money and protect the environment.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
I've suffered from shoulder pain for about 22 years. It got to where I couldn't even wash my hair. I couldn't even brush my teeth without pain.
That's when Sophia checked out QC Kinetics, the nation's leader in regenerative medicine. All natural treatments to restore and repair your damaged joint tissue and get you back to living a normal life again with no surgery, no drugs, and no downtime.
I chose QC Kinetics because my son, he had had his back done, and he had great success with it.
Join tens of thousands of satisfied patients who have found lasting relief from their joint pain. Request a free consultation and find out if you're qualified for this therapeutic breakthrough. Call 608-407-7826.
I was in the shower washing my hair and I realized, oh my God, I'm washing my hair and it doesn't hurt. I'm pain-free and I want to thank you, QC Kinetics.
Isn't it time you got your life back? Call now for your free consultation. 608-407-7826. 608-407-7826.
Oh, amazing. Merry Christmas.
It's in you.
We'd love to give you a little reward.
This is reward enough.
I missed you.
Thank you.
Merry Christmas.
When your indoor comfort is on the line, go with the team from Modern Heating and Cooling. New owners Scott and Jason have combined experience of over 65 years in the HVAC trades, so they'll make sure you find the right system to fit your needs and budget. Offering the highest quality HVAC products from Carrier, turn to the experts at Modern Heating and Cooling. Call today to schedule one of their indoor comfort specialists.
Willie Street Co-op has the perfect gift for every foodie on your list. Our seasonal gifts feature thoughtful selections of great goodies like culinary delights for your favorite gourmand or delicious beverages for your cup of cheer celebrations, and special items for the host with the most to create magical charcuterie boards, plus hundreds of other gift ideas. And the best part is, you're supporting fair trade, local and sustainable producers. Be an amazing gift giver and do a world of good with Willie Street Co-op this holiday season. Willie Street Co-op. Everyone is welcome.
For 5 years in a row, Fry Construction has been voted Madison's best roofer, and it's all thanks to you. Now we're giving back with a special offer. Get 24% off installation when you schedule a full roofing project with Fry Construction. Save big while keeping your home safe, warm, and energy efficient this winter. Don't just beautify your home, beautify it with the experts you trust. Call Fry Construction today to schedule your free consultation.
You're watching News 3 Now at 5.
And welcome back. Artificial intelligence is shaking up the world of farming. Engineers say a new AI robot cattle herder could revolutionize the industry.
Hind Hassan shows us the machine that thinks it's a cow.
Meet Swagbot, the AI robot dubbed the smart cow. It uses sensors and artificial intelligence to move farm animals to fresh pastures. Its Australian creators say its groundbreaking technology helps both the environment and farmers.
If you overgraze, then you ruin the pasture, and so you don't want to overgraze. So you want to move the animals to the right part of the pasture where there's good protein, good carbs.
Even though it runs on wheels and is decked out in bright red paint, Swagbot still thinks it's one of the herd.
Mission complete.
As well as rounding up cows, it can monitor the health of livestock.
And if you measure that information over a number of different days, you start to build up a characteristic profile of that animal. And from that, you can determine whether or not the animal is healthy or not healthy.
While some farmers down under worry the smart cow could take away jobs, others say they're happy to have the help.
Well, people are worried that it might replace people, but I don't think it will.
Scientists believe the impact of this technology could extend far beyond these fertile fields.
You know, the population of the world is growing, and we have the same amount of land to feed that population, and so maximising how much food we deliver, that's the processes that are happening now.
While agriculture is an ancient art, engineers say Swagbot may be the future of farming. Hind Hassan, CBS News, London.
Swagbot is part of a growing trend of robots being developed for the agriculture industry as farmers look for innovative ways to create sustainable and efficient businesses.
Kind of like that name, the Swagbot. We'll be back. Final check of the first warn forecast after a short break. Stay with us.
People who are at their best get their beauty rest. Steinhafels has the new Beauty Rest Black Hybrid Mattress, starting at just $52 per month when you use Steinhafels 60-month financing. Plus, get up to $300 in Steinhafels cash. The Beauty Rest Black Hybrid combines the latest cooling and support technology, giving you the best night's sleep possible. Don't overpay for a good night's sleep. Shop in-store or online at steinhafels.com. Relax, it's Steinhafels.
When I think of Madison No Fear Dentistry and what that means to me, it really is about it not being scared, not being judged. I feel that they've got my best interests at heart. I think that coming to Madison No Fear Dentistry is more than just coming to a dental office. It's meeting really great people that care about you. Madison No Fear Dentistry has helped change my life, and I believe it can help change other people's lives as well.
Want a flatter, tighter tummy? Then check out new Ab EX from Sono Bello.
After my pregnancies, my body just never bounced back. I had this stomach overhang that made me self-conscious.
Emotionally, it was really sad. Feeling good up here, but you look down and you don't.
After having my babies, it went a different direction. From here, it went to here, and I just couldn't get rid of that.
Introducing Ab EX from Sono Bello. Remove fat and lose excess skin permanently in just one visit.
I got the tummy tuck results without the tummy tuck downtime.
And I finally got the flat stomach I wanted.
I'm able to get back in my size 8 jeans. I feel sexy, I feel confident.
It feels good to feel good and look good.
The mommy belly is gone. Schedule your free, no obligation consultation and find out how you can get $250 off instantly. Call 1-888-557-5298 or go to sonobello.com.
Hello, I'm Dan Fields. The holidays have always been a special time for everyone in the Fields family. And we have some great news for you.
It's Fields' holiday sales event going on right now. New inventory is arriving daily. All new makes and models to choose from, and all with end-of-year pricing.
Happy holidays from Fields during Fields' holiday sales event, where you can get a great offer like this.
Get 0 down, 0 due at signing, and 0 first payment on a new XC90, XC60, or XC40. Costco members also enjoy a bonus. Go to VolvoCarsMadison.com.
It's the Friday the 13th sale. One day only. Get 13 of the hottest deals, like ground chuck and matzo pizza. 13 deals that are hotter than hot, including items for under $1. Save big on these 13 deals and more, in store and online. One day only. Friday the 13th, only at Hy-Vee.
Coming up tonight on the CBS Evening News, an American missing in Syria found today. CBS News speaks with the 29-year-old who's been held in a Syrian prison for 7 months. What he says about his time in captivity. We've got that and more headlines tonight coming up here on the CBS Evening News.
And we go back to Alex. One final check of the forecast.
Crawling out of the deep freeze. That's one way of talking about the description here. We're making some progress. Here's some progress to show for tomorrow. The wind chill, remember, that's the feels like factor. That's what really matters. Follow the dots there. We come out of that roughly cautionary area in the morning hours, but much better than where we were this morning, where we had 25 below zero in the danger category. Then we just stay in the cold category. But I don't want to underestimate. It's still going to be 0 tonight. It's still going to be cold. You're going to need to bundle up on Friday. Then we turn our attention to that wintry precipitation on Saturday. But it looks like that precipitation will be somewhat delayed, changing over to rain. So the threat for icing right now is very low. Over southwestern Wisconsin, it's a bit higher. We'll keep our eyes on that. Some slick spots, we can't rule those out, but southwest Wisconsin will be the most likely area to see that mix before it changes over to rain. And temperatures climbing on Saturday. We'll go from this polar plunge, temperatures near 0, 36-degree climb by the time we get to Saturday afternoon, 40 on Sunday. And as we go into next week, we got rain on Monday and 42, maybe a little wintry precipitation Wednesday and Thursday.
Pretty soon we'll be asking you about a white Christmas. Doesn't look like it.
Not
no
looking
real
good.
snow in the forecast. All right, Alex, thank you.
CBS Evening News is next. We'll see you in